Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to welcome you to the new and improved Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast. After many years of interviewing the best and brightest thought leaders around the world on my SiriusXM show, I am excited to now have those interviews available to people around the globe on this podcast. So many people would write us and say, I love what I've been hearing about your interviews with these great people. Where can I access them? I live in this country or that country, or I don't have access to that technology. How can I get the information? Well, I'm so excited now that we are able to offer the information and the interviews free on this podcast. So we want you to sit back and enjoy this message and let me know how you like them. And then do me a favor. If you like them, send a review, write a review and post it. And if you like it, hit like on here and share it and tell everybody you know about it, and then subscribe to this podcast so you'll get the alerts when we post a new interview episode. Thank you for listening and enjoy the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast.
Named one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world.
Inducted into the Speaker Hall of Fame.
Award-winning singer.
Best-selling author.
And now, here's Willie Jolley.
Hey, it's another great day. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I'm so excited to be coming to you today from my studio in Washington, D.C., and you know it's true. You have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it, forced upon you. You can't refuse it. You didn't seek it. You didn't choose it, but it's up to you to use it. You must suffer. If you lose it, give account. If you abuse it, just a tiny little minute, but your eternities are wrapped up in it. To everybody from coast to coast, border to border, as my friend Joe Madison says, welcome to the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways show. And I want to thank each and every one of you who has made this show a part of your weekly routine. We get so many people as I travel who come up to me and say, I listen every week because you have such great guests who inspire me, empower me, uplift and encourage me. And that's why I wanted to start this show. And that's why this show, thanks to you and thanks to the great guest, is now number 1 in America for self-help. I am grateful. I'm also grateful for our sponsors who are making this show possible. Please support their businesses. I specifically want to shout out Truist Financial. 2 great banks came together, BB&T and SunTrust, to create an even greater bank, Truist. They have a shared purpose to inspire and build better communities and lives. With combined resources, collective passion, and continuous pursuit of innovation, Truist is opening the door to a better financial experience to help people and businesses achieve more right now. See what the future of finance is shaping up to be at Truist.com. That's TRUIST.com. Truist Bank, member FDIC. And you know, after thanking all of the other folks, I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for helping make this show the number 1 show. And I want to thank you for sharing this with your friends, your family members, your coworkers, telling everybody you know to either listen to the show on the radio or to listen to the podcast. I want to encourage you to do that. Thank you. Please continue. So I've talked about thanking our sponsor, thanking you, but then I got to take a moment, last but not least, I give God glory. I give God praise for not just for this show being number 1. No, not just for the speaking and the books and the television and the radio. No, not just for success and some business ventures. No, I give God glory for life and strength. Another opportunity, another day to do what I do. I got to give him glory. Now, I know everybody who's listening doesn't believe like I believe. But let me tell you what I've learned. I've learned that I've found that I've done it without God and I've done it with God. And I found that with God is so much sweeter, so much nicer, and so much more pleasant. So I give God glory, and I realize that God's gift to us is life. Our gift to God is what we do with our lives. So we must use our lives to make a difference. And today's guest is one of those people who has used his life to make a difference. Oh, folks, I got one of the great ones on the phone. If you've ever been to a hair care products company or show, or you've been to a beauty salon in many areas of the country, you know this man for his work and what he's done. He started with nothing, literally nothing. He started around his kitchen table with an idea how to build a business. And he has done that. Many of you know him for his products. The Dudley name is synonymous with excellence in hair care products. Well, today my special guest is Joe Louis Dudley Sr. Let me tell you about who he is and what he has done. He was born in May of 1937. He's the fifth of 11 children. He grew up in a 3-room farmhouse in a rural county in North Carolina. As a young man in first grade, he suffered a speech impediment. Throughout it all, one very influential person, his mother, never stopped believing in him and is responsible for him overcoming these obstacles and becoming a role model for many, many, many people. At the age of 20, he decided to join with the Fuller Brush Company, and he got involved with Fuller at 1957. He invested $10 in a sales kit and began selling Fuller products door to door while still a student at North Carolina A&T State University. Aggie power. My granddaughter goes there, and I've been to that homecoming. What a homecoming! The greatest homecoming on earth, as they say. Well, anyway, Mr. Fuller inspired and empowered young Joe that you can do this, Joe. You can make it happen. He went on to achieve sales success with the Fuller products, and then he and his wife started a company called Dudley Products. And it has gone on to become listed in the top 50 in Black Enterprise Magazine's top 100. Throughout his tenure, they've started schools all over the country. They've created a whole mess of millionaires who have become distributors of their products. I mean, just you can't count all the people who become millionaires because of Joe Dudley. And he has gone on to be one of the Horatio Alger Association award winners. Now that's the cream of the crop of people who have been successful. He's been awarded by President George Bush for his Points of Light. He has been awarded with the Direct Selling Association. Maya Angelou gave him the Achievement Award. Trumpet Award winner, one thing after another. He's gotten 5 honorary doctorate degrees. He has a book that I have on my shelf that I keep all the time. I Am, I Can, I Will, Walking by Faith. And this man is a friend. He's been a friend, a mentor. He's an avid reader. He's a person who believes in helping other people. And he is a man that I know for sure is someone who walks his talk. Ladies and gentlemen, my dear friend, the one and only Joe Dudley. Joe, are you there?
Yes, I am, Willie.
Man, it's so good to hear your voice.
Likewise.
Well, let me tell you, I gave them the thumbnail sketch of who Joe Dudley is. Give us a little more of who he is and what you've done and how you got to be who you are.
Well, first place, I'm blessed. Thank God for you and thank God for all of us. And the other about me, as I said, labeled mental retarded. But I wanted to help somebody. I wanted to make a difference in the world. That's what has driven me. As one thing that drove me to do the things that I'm doing. When there was 14 of us living in a shack, 9 slept in one room, and only time we really got together was on Sunday morning about 9:15, and we all would get to pray at 9:15 before Sunday school. And my granddad was dead older, so he was always did the praying. And so he would pray, and there were 14 of us, and 2 of us would be standing up fanning the flies that was so. He would pray, Lord, help the sick, go to the White House and help the congressmen and the United States senators, and he prayed, help them. And I used to say, Lord, please come down to this black house and help get some of these flies. So I learned to pray then, Lord, help me. I don't know what my brothers, sisters, and my family want, but I want to remove some of these flies. And Lord, if you help me, I'll spend my life helping other people. And He'll help me, and that's what my life has been about, sharing the good news and sharing all the secrets that I've gotten from Mr. S.B. Fuller, which is Fuller Products, that really made a tremendous impact on my life, and his goal was to have to make millionaires, and I just took that project on after he turned it over to me, and that's what we're doing. We're working to show people, in spite of their difficult, there's always a right way.
That's right. And you've been you've made a lot of millionaires. And so today I want to talk to all of these listeners who are listening all over America, online, all over the globe, that they can. You tell people it's possible to become wealthy. Don't you tell them that over and over again?
Oh, yes, over and over again. And it is. It's easy if you follow the rules. As I tell a young lady, she knows how to cook great cakes. And I said, well, I don't know how to cook a cake, but you could give me the formula how to cook a cake. If I follow the formula, I will cook a cake and maybe cook it better than you.
Yes.
Now, I know how to show you how to become a millionaire if you follow the formula. And that's all you have to do is follow the formula. Now, you deviate from the formula, you ain't going to have no success. It's like with the cake. If I decide, well, I don't want to put no sugar in it because this is what I feel, and so you won't have a cake.
Right.
So
it's a recipe. So it's a recipe for success. And folks, what we want to do today is give you some of the ingredients for you to build your own cake, to cook your own cake, to make your own millions, to make your own billions, and how Joe Dudley has done it. He's taught it. He's gotten results because many people who have followed his principles have become millionaires and multimillionaires, and you can do the same. So if you're ready, folks, to go to the next level, I want you to take out a pen. Write this information. I want you to capture it because it can have so much of an impact on your thinking, on your life, on your future. And I am pleading, imploring, and pushing you to make sure to capture this. This is classic. This is one of those interviews that you'll be telling people about in the future that changed your life and changed your thinking and changed your legacy and future. So write it down right now and get ready for some great information that will be life-changing and destiny-making. He's going to give you so much information today about creating wealth. When people have told you you're not capable, when people have said you don't have what it takes, he's going to tell you how to overcome those limiting conversations so that you can be all God meant you to be. Joe Dudley, as I said, is on the Think and Grow Rich conversation with me. It's a special program that we did together, and there are 53 thought leaders from around the world. And I'm honored that Joe and I were chosen to be part of this 53. And this CD set is something that Joe and I are so grateful that we were invited to be a part of. And before this show is out, I want to tell you how you can get access to these 17 CDs that will change your life as they have changed so many others, and how we talk about how those principles changed our lives. I am always impressed with the fact that every week, I get a personal development seminar from one of these guests. I'm taking notes just like you taking notes. I'm writing them down as fast as they're saying them. And I encourage you to do that. Write the note. I believe that a short pencil is better than a long memory any day of the week because you can't remember it all. That's why, as it is written, so shall it be done. You write it down, then you read it and reread it and reread it over and over again until it becomes ingrained in your consciousness and then into your subconscious. Joe's going to talk about that and how that can help propel you to the next level. How many are really ready for massive success? You want to stay connected to this interview. You want to listen to it, and then you want to listen to it over and over again. And then you want to share it with people in your network, because those who you hang out with are who you will become. If you want to be around winners, hang around winners. If you want to be around losers, hang around losers. If someone said, if you're hanging around 9 losers, you're going to be number 10. So look, listen to this interview over and over again and make this an ongoing process to grow your thinking, and it will grow your future and grow your finances. Listen to this interview. Stay tuned. We got more to come. This is Dr. Willie Jolley on the Willie Jolley Wealthy Way Show. And for sure, your best is yet to come.
I met you, since I met you, all that's changed in the blink of an eye. Now all my heart wants to do.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered why some people can make $1 million, lose it, make a second million, lose that, then make a third million, while other people can't even make ends meet? Well, the reason is that those people know the recipe for success. And that recipe is available to everyone if you will do what they did. They made a habit of getting positive, motivational resources of great thinkers and great learners. And I want to offer those same kind of resources to you. We've developed a free page on my website. It's wjspeaks.com/gift. wjspeaks.com/gift. On that site, we've got resources, books, audios that help you to grow, and they're free. So go to wjspeaks.com/gift, wjspeaks.com/gift, and get some of those resources, and then share that page with your friends and your family members. We want to impact and inspire millions of people. And remember, if you enjoy this message on this podcast, like it, share it, and post a review about it, and make a difference in the lives of others by letting them know about it. Have a great day. This is Dr. Willie Jolley.
A to the D to the T to the I to the T to the U to the D to the E. A to the D to the T to the I to the T to the U to the D to the E. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's about your attitude. It's all about your attitude.
And we're back. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. My special guest today is the one and only Joe Dudley, a Horatio Alger Award winner, a Trumpet Award winner, multi-millionaire on Black Enterprise, top 100 companies, Black-owned companies in America for many, many, many years. And today he's my guest. He has a book called I Am, I Can, and I Will, Walking by Faith. And I love this book. I have it in my hand, and it has been such a powerful book. But one of the things that I think is important for people to know is that you weren't labeled mentally retarded because you not that you couldn't think, you thought differently. Isn't that correct, Joe? How did that impact your life?
Oh, yes. It was good for me because it made me, one, I realized I didn't know. The big problem is that people think they know. I realized I didn't know. Because that, I wanted to know to be able to become successful.
Yes. And that's what you did. Now, somebody believed in you. Your mama believed in you.
Yes, she really did. Mama said, Joe, look, I know you're slow. Your teachers know you're slow. Your friends know you're slow. And you know you're slow. But, son, that's all right. I believe everything has an advantage. Yes, you're slow. But because you're slow, when a slow one get it, they got it.
They really got it. It don't pass them by. When a slow one, I love that when you say that, Joe. When a slow one get it, he got it. And that's what your mama encouraged you and inspired you to keep going. And you sat down at one point, something happened in your life with a girlfriend that made you, inspired you, because you were kind of going along, but she helped you. But what happened with that girlfriend?
Well, she got married. She had quite a few kids.
But she didn't marry you because she said that you weren't smart enough to become wealthy, didn't she?
Right. She said, she told me, she said, Joe, I really like you. You're good looking and all that, but you're not smart. So she said, well, I want to get married. I was excited about that because I thought she was talking about me.
Yeah.
I said I'd be married before I was 17 years old, and that was okay with me. And then she said, I said, look, who is it? And she told me it was somebody else. And I said to her, you may have some smart, she said, I want smart kids. And I said, you may have some smart kids, but they're ugly.
Well, she was mistaken because it's not that if you are smart, it's how are you smart. I tell that to people all the time. It's not if you are smart, it's how are you smart. And everybody got some genius. It's just how you get to it. You didn't do it the way that others. My granddaughter has dyslexia. She doesn't read like everybody else. Not that she's not smart. It's just she just learns differently. Well, you learned differently. But then I love how when you talk in the book about how after that experience, you sat down with all the remedial books. You went from first grade, you went back to first grade, went through each book and got it, took your time, learned writing and reading and arithmetic from first grade. I mean, what drove you to, what made you think to do that?
Well, I wanted to get smart too because I realized that if I wasn't smart, somebody would be always taking something away from me.
Mm.
And I was so disappointed, but I had an inspiration, dissatisfaction. See, I was dissatisfied, but I was inspired, inspiration. Some people get dissatisfied and they don't do nothing.
Right.
But I made up my mind I was going to do something. So, as you said, I went all the way back to first grade book, and I studied. I studied day and night. I am, I can, and I will be somebody. That was my driving force.
Wow.
For me to make it.
You will, I can, I am, I can, and I will be somebody. And you just kept repeating that, and you just made up your mind that you were going to make yourself smarter.
Well, that's true. And that got deep down into my subconscious mind.
Yes.
So it worked with me when I was asleep.
Wow.
See, anytime you want something, you can get it. But you got to get deep down into your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and the universe subconscious mind will deliver to you whatever you have the courage to ask for. And it was good for me because my sister's 2 years younger than I, and we was in the same class. She was at the top of the class, and I'm at the bottom of the class. You know, that wasn't too pleasing.
Right.
And all my other brothers and sisters that were 4 older than me, and they did well in school. But I played around. But I tell you, that young lady opened up my mind.
That young lady got you motivated. Well, well, you got.
I got a chance to see her, and I talked to her, and I gave her some money too.
Wow.
Because she changed my life, and I told her. She said, "Well, I'm sorry I said that. Now, no, I'm so glad you said it because if you hadn't said that, I would be with the boys like all around drinking and doing crazy stuff and having what we call fun." But she changed my thinking. She changed my life. And I love to just tell people you can become, but you have to decide what you want to give up to make a difference.
Oh, say that again. You can become somebody, but you got to decide. Woo.
Yes.
Wow.
And all you have to do is ask, what do you want? What do you want? And number 2, why do you want it? And number 3, write it down.
Wow.
If you don't write it down, it don't have no meaning. Then you got to read it. Like I tell people, they said, I believe in God. I say, yes, I know you do. I believe that. But that's not the real question. The real question is, how much do you believe God for?
Wow.
He will meet you at your level. God will meet you at your level of expectation. He will meet you there.
Wow.
You got to expect he will meet you at your. There's a lot of people that have no idea how powerful they are. They don't understand the God that's in them. And God says, I got all this here for you, but you got to believe it. You got to work with it. You got to make a difference.
Wow.
You know, like you say, a setback is nothing but a setup for a comeback.
That's right. A setback is nothing but a setup for a comeback. That's the truth.
Oh, that's wonderful. Every time I think about that, you come in my mind. I mean, that's changed your life Yeah, because you're going to have setbacks.
You're going to have setbacks. So,
They're going to come.
yes, they are. Well, God will meet you at your level of expectation. If you expect little, that's what you're going to get. I believe in God, but how much do you believe in God? How big do you believe in God? How much are you willing to trust him on it and step out on it? That's powerful, Joe. That's powerful. And that's how you were able to build this company. Well, let's look through this book. I've just been highlighting this book. Folks, this book is a dynamite book because he talked about his mama said, fool them, Joe, prove them wrong. And that's what you did. They told you retarded. It wasn't retarded. See, that's how they used to just put people in a box there. If you were dyslexic or you had a different way of learning, they'd throw you in a box. But your mama said, you can do it. And you went back, set them books down, and that girl told you weren't smart enough for her. Set those books down. First grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. You went through every book. Well, here's something he wrote. He said, I've come from being a mentally retarded prankster with a speech impediment to who I am today. Multimillionaire by the age of 40. President and CEO of one of the largest minority-owned manufacturing and distribution companies of professional hair care products in the United States. He said, it's possible. I'm not counted out. And folks, you should never let somebody else count you out. So one thing you say, Joe, you talk about the book, Think and Grow Rich, and the impact it had on your thinking. Because we both were on the Napoleon Hill Foundation, Think and Grow Rich, 53 thought leaders. I'm grateful I was one of the 53. And I must say, folks, that we were the only two African Americans who were in the group of 53. I'm grateful that Joe and I were the only two. But this is a powerful piece. But you read that book 300 times. Talk about that, because you talk about reading and the impact it had.
Yeah, I read Think and Grow Rich over 300 times now. And people ask me, why did I read it so many times? I said, well, the first 100, I read it to get rich. Then the other time, I've been reading to stay rich.
I love that. The first 100 times he read it to get rich, and the rest of the times to stay rich. And folks, that's powerful. Now, let me tell you something, folks. Think and Grow Rich is a book that has made more millionaires than any other book other than the Bible. The Bible's the greatest wealth building book I've ever read, and the people I've learned. But the Think and Grow Rich has been a book that has consistently built millionaires over the last 75 years. Now, here's what I want to tell everybody. If you're serious about success, if you're serious, I'm going to give everybody who wants one a free digital copy of Think and Grow Rich. If you'll just go to my website, wjspeaks.com, wjspeaks.com, and there's an all-access badge. Hit that all-access badge. You will get two things. You'll get Think and Grow Rich, well, you get a number of things, but two things that changed my life. The people you meet who inspire you and the books you read that empower you. So you'll get the book, Think and Grow Rich, in a digital form, an ebook, as well as my book, Leaps of Faith. But then people who inspire you. You'll get an interview with Wally Famous Amos, an interview with Bob Johnson from my Sirius XM shows. You'll get some things. So it's the people you meet who inspire you and the books you read that empower you. So we want you to go there. Go to wjspeaks.com and get those books. They will change your life, and as well as those interviews. And you will be able to see why Joe Dudley said the first 100 times helped him become rich, and the times after that help him to stay rich. And that is what he's done over these years. So what we're going to do, we want to take a quick break. We're going to go to a station identification. Then we're going to come right back, because I've got to share some ideas with you that Joe Dudley shares in this book, how he was able to go from broke, busted, and disgusted to becoming a multimillionaire, some principles that you can use. He's helped others to become multimillionaires, and he can help you become multimillionaire too. If you're ready to grow and go to the next level, stay tuned and tell Lottie Dottie and everybody to turn on the Willie Jolley Show here on Sirius XM Channel 141. We'll be right back. Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I got an email from a gentleman in Australia who shared how he had been struggling in his business, and he bought some of my books and audios, and how it had a profound impact on his business, and he went from worst to first in his company. I shared with him how much I appreciated his note, but I told him those books, those audios, those videos were not just something that I just thought up one day and started to write. They were born out of my experiences, out of the challenges of overcoming the problems and the difficulties and how I was able to do it. And I shared with him that others have sent similar messages and that these resources work. I want to encourage you and invite you to go to my store. Go to wjspeaks.com/shop. wjspeaks.com/shop. Get some of the books. It only takes a minute to change your life. Or a setback is a setup for a comeback. Or turn setbacks into greenbacks. Or chicken soup for the soul. Or an attitude of excellence. Or the book I wrote with my wife after 34 years of being married and not having an argument in over 30 years. We wrote a book called Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. And now it is saving marriages all over the globe. Go to the store, get some of the audios, the videos, the books, the resources to help you have greater personal and professional success. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Make this a great day on purpose. And we're back. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, and we are back, and I'm excited about today's program, and I hope you're excited. I hope you are getting the message, and I hope you are sharing this with your friends and family members. We ask that you do that every week. You share with as many people as you know who need to be encouraged, uplifted, inspired, empowered. Tell them about it. Tell them when it airs and where it airs, and then also tell them about the podcast. We're excited about the podcast. Now, we are now able to give it to whoever worldwide via iHeartRadio, C-Suite Radio, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Apple Podcasts. Look for the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast. I also want to encourage you to go to winwithwillie.com so you can see all my websites there, my business website, my personal website, my youth empowerment website, my faith-based website, as well as you can get access to all my products there. Products to help you win more. Resources to help you win more. Go to winwithwillie.com, click the resources to help you win more, the products to help you win more, and then get my books, my audio. In fact, get the box. What I recommend is the box. The box is the real deal, is the bomb.com, as someone said. So I highly recommend that. It will empower your family, your coworkers, your network, people in your community, that we've got enough resources in that box to help everybody. Now, look, I also want to take a moment to thank our sponsor. They have been so fantastic. We've been sponsored today by Truist, the bank that's here for better. BB&T and SunTrust merged to form Truist with a shared purpose to inspire and build better lives and communities. Let me give you just one example of what that means. Truist has come up with something called the Truist Community Benefits Plan. They've earmarked $60 billion, that's billion with a B, to invest in affordable housing, nonprofit support, and small business growth over the next 3 years. So you can see that while Truist is committed to a better banking experience for you, they're just as committed to giving back to the community and creating meaningful change for all folks, all people who are striving to do more and to be more and to achieve more. And I hope you'll check them out at Truist.com. That's right, Truist.com. Let me spell that for you. It's Truist.com. Truist Financial is a member, FDIC. Well, we're back with my special guest, Joe Dudley Sr. But he's a consultant for business owners. He's offered one-on-one leadership classes. He's wise with the use of how to use the Bible as his blueprint to teach people how to run a successful business. He has produced many millionaires, helped thousands of families. He has helped so many people. He's an avid reader. And of course, one of his favorite books is Think and Grow Rich. He is a Horatio Alger Award winner. He is a Trumpet Award winner. He has been given every award. That's after he was labeled slow, okay, in school. His teachers told him he was slow. And he was committed to being successful after his girlfriend told him she didn't want to marry him because he was just too slow. And so he made a commitment to grow his thinking. And that's what I want you all to do. Grow your thinking. And as you think, so shall you be. So we are excited about this interview. We're going to share with you some principles in this interview that will help you grow your thinking, your future, and your finances. Again, we're excited to have as our special guest, Joe Louis Dudley Sr. Now, here's a few things that Joe has written that I want to focus on. I have been going through this book page by page. He says something that's powerful. He talks about Think and Grow Rich and how you got to read the book, and I've already told y'all to go get a copy of that book. But then he talks about rich people control their feelings. That's powerful, Joe. Rich people control their feelings. You talk about you got to do what you can't let what you feel make you do what you don't want to do. You got to do what you got to do, even if you don't feel like it. Isn't that right?
That's absolutely right.
And somebody said something the other day, Joe, that I thought was profound. They said they gave me an incomplete description of an entrepreneur. The guy said, "Hey, an entrepreneur is somebody who's willing to give up a 40-hour job to work 80 hours." I said, "You know what? That I understand it, but that's not complete. That's not a complete description. An entrepreneur is somebody who's willing to give up a 40-hour job week working for somebody else in order to have an 80-hour job where you can work on your dream, that your destiny, and you're controlling it and being able to say when you work, when you don't work, where you go, what you do, how you spend time with your family, having time freedom and financial freedom and having the time and money to do what you want to do when you want to do it. Isn't that right?"
That's right. The other thing that I'm talking to a lot of the young people, when you go to take a job, if you take a job, go to take the job to not how much money you're going to make. Don't let money dictate the job you take. You take a job that you can learn.
Mm.
Thing you should do, tell them, ask how much you can learn. If you learn a lot, you can earn more than you ever thought about.
Mm.
So you're learning. But most of us, if they pay me X amount of dollars, I'm going to the highest bidder.
Right.
Don't bid your life that way. How much can I learn? Then that dictates how much I can earn from learning. Not earning first, but learning.
Right. Right. That's absolutely, and that's so true. My son is an attorney who went to New York. He passed the New York bar. For 3 years, he worked in the law field, and then he said he wanted to start his own company. But I told him, if you're going to be able to be a successful entrepreneur, you got to be able to sell. You got to learn how to sell. You got to have some sales skills. You got to pitch your ideas to these things you want to do for your clients. And he took a sales job. He didn't do well for the first couple months. He couldn't sell his way out of a paper bag, but he kept learning and asking for advice. And in the 4th month, he started selling. 5th month, 6th month, he sold more. He's in the 9th month now, and he became one of the top 10 in the country for selling because he kept learning. And I use that as an object lesson. It's exactly what Joe is saying. Folks, take a job, learn at that job. Learn from it. And if you learn more, you'll earn more and you can be more. I love this quote too in the book that you gotta get up and go to work. You gotta take action. He said something in the book. He said, you have to get off your rear end and do your part. You gotta walk your talk. He said, as I once heard a woman say, you got to get off your bottom to get to the top. You gotta work, you gotta go to work, don't you, Joe?
Yes. If you don't work, you're not gonna get there. Somebody give you something, it ain't gonna last.
You got to work for it. You can't. You got to work for it. You got to achievement. Got to be achievement minded. This book is powerful. Feelings affect attitudes, and attitudes affect results. So you got to get a positive attitude. What did you do on a daily basis, Joe, when you would get up in the morning? What was your daily routine to build your wealth? What are some of the things you would do day to day?
Well, many times I spend most of my time teaching, sharing with them opportunities and telling them what to do. I got up early and I walk.
You go for a walk every morning?
I went for a walk, and the 3 of us walk. You know John Ray, and Dr. Willie Bailey. And we would every morning, we said, no, we can't discuss nothing in our walking that wasn't worth a couple of $100 the time we walked.
Yes.
We couldn't talk small. Main thing, we couldn't talk small talk.
Right. Not talking about people, not talking about things, talking about ideas.
Yes. That was the idea. And through our walk, we set goals. And we reached our goals. One of the other things, Willie, was been so powerful for us. We will sit down and read for 6 hours straight, Think and Grow Rich book, or either any positive book that help ourselves, and read it all the way through for 6 hours.
Wow.
And somebody asked, why did we do that? Well, when you're reading, the first 2 hours, it takes for you to get your own attention.
Right.
So everything's coming up in your mind and all that craziness coming up, and you want to go back, get into bed, or do something that's not so good. So the next 2 hours, you reach your subconscious mind. So the third and fourth hours, because you're sitting there reading, you're not talking, you're not eating, you're not doing nothing but reading. So you got to get into your subconscious mind. And once you get into your subconscious mind, it will reach out to the universal subconscious mind and deliver to you what you have the courage to ask for.
Mm.
It will give it to you. The Bible says, ask,
Right.
and it shall be given. Ask, seek, and ye shall. This say maybe, seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and the door shall be open. But you have to believe.
You got to believe. And you have to program your mind to do that, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
Wealth is a programmable skill. It's a programmable skill, and that's what you have been able to do, Joe. You've been able to program your mind for success, and you become a multimillionaire. Now, there were challenges. There were setbacks all along the time, weren't there?
There are always setbacks, but somebody told me a setback is nothing but a setup for a comeback.
That's the truth. That is the truth. Folks, this is why I love having people like Joe Dudley. They're not talking about something that's theoretical about creating wealth. They're not talking about something they read and just read somewhere. Or they had to do the work to do it. You know, he had to fight through the setbacks, fight through the challenges, fight through the times when people would let him down, who wouldn't do what they said they were going to do, who disappointed him. But let me tell you, they might have been disappointed, but they didn't discourage him, because when you discourage, it takes your courage away. And Joe didn't let nobody discourage him. He might get disappointed and say, I'm disappointed in you, but I'm going to keep fighting for my goals and my dreams. And I'm going to keep going back over and over till I win. And that's the kind of I am, I can, I will attitude. And folks, I want everybody who's listening to get that kind of I am, I can, I will attitude like a Joe Dudley. And I love the fact, Joe, that you are even starting new businesses now in your 80s. You are in your 80s, and age is just a number. And as Satchel Paige says, if you don't mind, it don't matter. Am I right about it?
You're absolutely right.
I know I'm right about it. Hey, Joe, I'll tell you something quick, man. You know, our dear friend, both of you and I both know Wally Famous Amos, our dear friend.
Right.
And I called Wally on July the 1st, which is his birthday every year. I call him to say happy birthday. And he answered the phone. He said, Willie, how you doing? I said, where are you? He said, I'm in Hawaii. I said, how you doing? Aloha. He said, aloha. I said, what are you doing today? He said, I'm at Costco. I said, are you buying something? He said, buying something? No, man, I'm selling cookies. I'm selling cookies. I'm selling cookies. He said, people ask me, how is it that you act like that? You don't act like you're supposed to be acting. You are 80 years old and you acting like you're 60. Don't you know you're 80? He said, no, I don't know that. I'm still young. I got a lot left to do. This is going to be my best year. And you and Wally have that same kind of attitude. I love that you don't let your age limit you. You don't let your age keep you from being what you can do and what you can be. And that is why you continue to do things today and still on a speaking tour. Well, look, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and talk to Joe Dudley a little more about some of the principles that he teaches people all over the country about wealth building. And if you listen and you use these principles, they'll work for you as they work for others. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, and for sure, your best is yet to come.
Friendship is not about being convenient. It's about being committed and consistent.
You can call on me
When you need me,
call me. You can call on me.
call me.
You can call on me.
Pick up the phone
You can call
and call me.
If you need me, you can call me.
Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and people often ask, how did I go from a broke, busted nightclub singer to become a best-selling author and to be voted one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world by the 175,000 members of Toastmasters International? The answer is that I decided to invest and change my thinking, invest in my mindset, and decided to change my inputs because inputs determine outputs. I heard about a seminar years ago when I was just getting started. I was making about $100 a speech. And I heard this seminar that was creating millionaires, and it cost $10,000, but the guy was getting results. I didn't have that kind of money, but I decided to borrow it because I learned that there's a price for success, the price of college, the price of going to school, the price of education. And there's a price for success, and then there's a cost for not paying the price, the cost of staying the same. And that cost is greater than the price. It's too expensive. And so I went and it changed my life. And I came back and quickly made $100,000. I heard a similar story from Dr. Dave Martin, how he went to a success rally, heard a speaker who inspired him. He and his friend said, wow, that's changed my life. The speaker had a package of materials to help build wealth. The package cost $1,500. And that was all the money Dr. Dave had to his name. Dr. Dave's friend asked, do you think this stuff is worth it? Dr. Dave thought for a moment. He said, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. But I do know that I'm worth it. I'm worth it. He invested that money in that package and used the materials to grow his thinking. He grew his mindset. He shared how that $1,500 investment has gone on to generate millions in revenues. He's a multimillionaire. And he has homes now in Arizona and Florida. I want to say to you, it's time to invest in you. I want to give you some materials that will help you, grow your mindset, grow your future, grow your finances. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire. wjspeaks.com/billionaire to get some materials that will inspire your success and help you find that there's a price for success, but there's a cost for not paying the price. And the cost is always greater than the price. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire and get the bag, the box, or any of the materials there and keep growing your wealth. And remember, as a man thinketh, so as he is, and your best is yet to come. And we're back. You're listening to Dr. Willie Jolley on the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways Show across America, from coast to coast, border to border. My special guest is the one and only Joe Dudley Sr. And I'm telling you, folks, this is my friend. We've been friends for a number of years. And as I said, we are the only two African Americans on the Napoleon Hill Foundation CD series, 53 thought leaders with 17 principles of success. On each of the 17 CDs, 3 thought leaders, some of the best and brightest, Nito Cobain and Harvey McKay, Mark Victor Hansen. I mean, just one after another. Naomi Rhodey, Glenna Salisbury, just one after another of great thought leaders. And Joe and I are on there. We share some ideas with people on how to be successful. Now, here's what I want everybody to do. If you want that CD set, you want to purchase that CD set, you contact my office. We only got a few of those left. They have been going off like crazy. But if you want one of those and it'll change your life, I guarantee you contact my office and we'll give you a special price on it to get that for you so that you can grow and go to the next level. Call 202-723-8863, 202-723-8863. I asked Joe, I want you to imagine you in a room, Joe, with young entrepreneurs, or maybe a college class over at A&T or somewhere, Howard University, of young entrepreneurs who want to be successful. They want to be wealthy, but they don't know how to do it. Just give them some thought they got to do to go to the next level and become wealthy. Just go at it, Joe.
The first thing I tell them, I want them to write out, what do they want? What do you want? That's number one. Number two, why do you want it? That's very important. And number three, write it down.
So when you think it, ink it.
Yeah.
I love that, when you think it, ink it. And now, then what about reading? Because you're a big advocate. You got to read more. You got to read more. You got to read more. That's what changed.
Reading people are ruling people.
All right. Folks, did y'all hear that? Reading people are ruling people.
And the first person you must rule is yourself.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Reading people are ruling people, and the first person you must rule is self.
Yes. You have to read and decide to set your program up for yourself. What is your program? What kind of plans do you have? Get serious about it. Study. And follow whatever you do. My success was because I followed Mr. S.B. Fuller, the first African American to become a millionaire from business.
Wow.
And we're celebrating it, and we're building a museum in the name of Fuller and Dudley to help people, to show people the other millionaires and people that's doing outstanding things like Willie Jolley and people that's doing great things.
Wow.
That's what we're doing.
Wow.
So that's the kind of thing that we're doing.
So here are a few things that you mentioned in the book that I love a lot. You got to get qualities of leadership, initiative. You got to take some initiative. Talk about that for a minute.
Okay. You got to have initiative. You got to get started. Then you got to have the courage to keep your goal. You got to have the courage to keep on going. Initiative, courage, and then you have to be loyalty. You must have loyalty, and then integrity.
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you a little about it. The world has brought all this goodness to us, all of it. When I think about myself, we didn't have, we drank water from a little hole in the ground. And we didn't have things, but that's why I want to help other people. When you come to this earth, you want to make sure you leave something back. Don't just consume all this goodness and not leave something back.
That's the truth. You know, folks, that's a powerful wisdom statement. That's the last thing on that of those 5 that he talked about. Wisdom, it comes from God. And one of the things I've noticed about Joe and many of the people he hang around, they're wise. They have wisdom. And that comes from putting it in and seeking it and learning that wisdom is the primary thing that you seek, because it'll teach you how to think well, how to think clearly. It's the books you read. It's the people you hang around with. If you hang around losers, you're going to be a loser. Am I right about it, Joe?
Absolutely. Be very careful who you're around. And be careful from people that you take information from.
And that is why I want them to get good information from good people. And one of those people is you, Joe Dudley. So I want people to go to DudleyNaturalWellness.com. That's his new product line, DudleyNaturalWellness.com. You can get the book, I Am, I Can, I Will, as well as some of his new products. They are blowing it up. So go to DudleyNaturalWellness.com. This guy is the real deal. And he has been changing people's lives, making millionaires, helping people to live their dreams for over half a century now. And he's been able to do it consistently because he understands the principles. The principles work if you work the principles. Am I right about it?
That's right.
That's right, folks. So I want y'all to do that. Look, this guy is the real deal. I just want to say I am grateful for his friendship. We've been friends for numbers of years, probably 20 years. And when I first started my XM show, when no one knew who I was a blip on the screen. I called him. He said, I'd be happy to come on. Now the show's #1 in the country. And I said, I got to get him back on. We've had the General Colin Powells and the Bill Marriotts and the Les Browns and the Wally Ames. I got to get my man Joe Dudley on because he's such a fount of wisdom. He's such a fount of information and inspiration. He started with nothing and created one of the biggest success companies in the world. And I'm telling you, folks, if you use these principles, then you can do the same. Any closing thoughts, Joe, for the listeners? You know, before you do any closing thoughts, Joe, let me do a recap because I really like to recap what I have learned and what I have taken notes on. One of the things your mama said, fool them, Joe. And some of y'all need to make sure that you say to your friends and your family, fool them. I'm going to fool them. I'm going to fool them, and I'm going to fool them for they didn't think I had what it took. They didn't have what it takes. They didn't think I had the right stuff. So your mama was right. Have initiative. Be willing to outwork everyone. Think big and be willing to constantly grow your thinking. Think and Grow Rich. Be willing to learn. Have dedicated curiosity. Get off your bottom to get to the top. Feelings affect attitudes, and attitudes affect success. Don't focus on small ideas and small thinking and small people. Focus on big ideas and big results. When a slow one gets it, then a slow one gets it. Not if you are smart, it's how are you smart. And ask, and it shall be given unto you. Seek, and ye shall find. Ask for what you want, and it shall be given unto you. You must ask. Anytime you want something, you must plant it in your mind until it gets into your subconscious mind. Have the courage to speak good and to speak up and to speak about what you want. Do you believe God for what you want? God will meet you at your level of expectations. Decide what you want, why you want it, and write it down. And remember, reading people are ruling people, and the first person you must rule is self. I love these principles from Joe Dudley. I want to encourage you all to go and get the book, I Am, I Can, I Will, Walking by Faith. You can get it at DudleyNaturalWellness.com. DudleyNaturalWellness.com. Lastly, I want to encourage you to go to winwithwillie.com, winwithwillie.com, so you can get all my websites. And if you want that Think and Grow Rich book, and a digital download that you can download on your phone or on your iPad or on your computer, you can go to wjwow.com, wjwow.com. And when you go to winwithwillie.com, look for the resources to help you win more. Get the box. I recommend you get the box and you get serious. As Joe Dudley said, get serious about your success and stop dabbling. Go in with all you got and invest in you and invest in your mindset and invest in your future. I know it works. Look, Joe, any closing thoughts? Let me know what you got.
And I'm just really excited with what you're doing for so many people and changing so many people's life. And by listening to you, it's a big thing. And I appreciate you having me on.
Well, man, I'm just grateful to have you on and to say to the world, and the best is yet to come for Joe Dudley. Because watch out, world, he ain't finished by a long shot. Am I right about it?
You're right.
I know I'm right. Well, look, God bless you and heaven smile upon you. Folks, I want to thank all of you, again, who listen to this show every week across America. Millions and millions of people now have made this part of their weekly routine. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank God for you. And I want to encourage you to go to my website, winwithwillie.com, winwithwillie.com. Joe told you that the Think and Grow Rich book was a book that he's read over 300 times. It's changed his life. The first 100 times to get him rich and the rest of the times to keep him rich. Well, I want to give all of you who want a copy, a free digital ebook copy of that book, Think and Grow Rich. Go to wjwow.com, wjwow.com, and it will bless you. And those who want to grow their people and grow their income and grow their businesses can go to jollyvt.com, test drive our new virtual transformation program. The best thing next to a hologram of me speaking to you. So jollyvt.com. Thank y'all for listening this week. Thank my friend Joe Dudley. Thank all of you for everything you do. I want to thank our sponsor, Truist Financial. I want you to go to truist.com, Truist.com, truist.com. Member FDIC, they are making a difference, and they're making a difference in so many people's lives with new financial opportunities and possibilities and much input into our community. Truist.com. And I'll look to talk to you real soon next week with another great show to help you to be wealthy, healthy, and wise. In the name of God who will bless you, I say, remember, your best is yet to come. Have a great week on purpose. God bless.
Are you tired of crying and complaining? Tired of feeling like life don't treat you fair? Do you see so many others moving on while you're steady going really truly stopping you. My mind. It's up to every one of us to take charge.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode, and I hope you got something of great value. And I hope that you were inspired, you were motivated, you were empowered, and you were encouraged to live your best life. I hope this information and this inspiration will help you to do more, be more, and to achieve more. That's the goal why I started this program, and I hope it helped you in a mighty way. Now, I ask you to make sure and that you take full advantage of all the resources that came through this program. I hope you go to wjspeaks.com/gift and get some of the free resources that we have there for you. I hope you go to wjspeaks.com/shop to get some of the books that we have created, that we've labored over to make sure that they will deliver a powerful message to you. I hope you go to williejolly.com/billionaire. williejolly.com/billionaire or wjspeaks.com/billionaire to get the box that it will inspire your whole family, or get the bag of books. Make this a great day, a great week, a great month, and remember, it is true that you are blessed and all things are possible for them that believe. So make the most of the belief that you have now in your future. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Have a great day.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.